guys, welcome in. Guess what? It Cosmetics has a new coverage product, a new kind of CC cream here, and I'm going to be talking about it today. It's the CC Plus Nude Glow Color Correcting Medium Coverage Skin Tint, and it says plus Brightening Glow Serum, plus Broad Spectrum SPF 40. Okay, so we've got the same packaging design as a normal CC cream, but this claims to be lighter, while the others basically tout full coverage, which I'd say is, strong medium to full. This is something lighter here. They are claiming medium coverage, and they say on the website it's the first 90% skincare CC Plus for an instant healthy glow, plus brighter skin in 4 weeks. So we got a lot to sort out on this one. I recently got it in PR. They sent me several shades, and they sent what I guess is the suggested brush to use with this, and I'm very familiar with this one. I already have it, actually. It's the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7 brush. It has the all-over side, and it has a little concealer side on it too. So I've been playing around with this for a few days, and today I'm going to give you my application, and I'm also going to show you all the rest of the face steps that I do, or that I think look good alongside this. But what so many of us like about the regular CC cream is how it can be several steps in one. It can give you moisture, it can give you coverage, and also the SPF. And this can do the same thing, and it's kind of catering to those who want a little lighter look coverage-wise on the skin. They say it's going to give you 24-hour hydration. It has niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and green tea extract. They also say that this is suitable for all skin types, including sensitive skin. Now, I am a normal to dry skin type. I'd say more toward normal right now. I'm not noticing a lot of dryness at this time. And by the way, I wear this in the shade light. So my observations, they've got the CC cream. They've also got the CC illumination. Where does this stack up? I would say this gives a glowier look to the skin than the regular CC cream, but not as illuminated as the CC Plus illumination. Okay, so let's just pop it on and we can kind of talk about it as we go. I'm going to apply, well, that kind of spurted out there, but pretty much a full pump is what I'm going to work with this product. Again, the shade is light, and just the texture feels thinner, okay? Definitely thinner than your usual CC. And I'm just dabbing it all over the skin. I feel like I got not too much on this side, so I'm going to give myself just a teensy bit more. But I'm not going like pump, pump, pump. That's not necessary, okay? I think you want to stay in the ballpark of one pump with this. And then I'm going to take this brush, this double-ended one, or if you have any kind of, dense buffing brush, a Real Techniques Expert face brush would be fine here. And I'm just kind of pressing / buffing it in. And look at what we've got over here. See how you've got the look of glow, but it's not from any shimmer. It's just kind of from the texture of the product. But I do feel like, yeah, it's a light to medium coverage. It's making my skin tone as a whole look more evened out. But it is not covering things the way the classic CC cream would. To me, it just seems like a lighter, more casual product overall, with more glow on the skin. But again, I feel the CC illumination has even a little more glowiness than this, and it's going to have a little more coverage too. So this is the new little lightweight sibling to the It Cosmetics CC cream family, okay? It's lighter on the skin. When I touch my skin, I'm like, okay, that feels kind of tacky, dewy, yet the consistency and texture of the product is quite a bit thinner. So that means it's managing to pack a moisture punch into what seems like less and lighter product. But as I analyze the staying power with this, it's worn really well for me. Now that might not hold true for everyone who has like super oily skin, because I'm really noting the juiciness that seems to be on top of the skin. They say this is a 90% skincare product. Okay, so it's got a lot of stuff packed in here, and I can feel that on the surface of the skin. If you are really oily, I'm not sure how this would wear all day, but for me, I'm feeling pretty normal these days with my skin type. Not too oily, not too dry, and it wore very well. Part of where the credit might go for that are some of the other steps that I like to apply with this. So I'm going to pop on some concealer, and that's going to take care of my pinpointed coverage needs. I'm just going to use everything I used the other day because I thought the look came together beautifully. My Catrice True Skin Concealer. It says high coverage concealer in cool cashmere. And this also has hyaluronic acid as a key ingredient. And I'm going to do a couple of dots right in here, a couple here, And a really neat thing about that brush that they sent, which I kind of, you know, needed to rediscover it because I hadn't used mine in a while. You have this larger kind of buffing side, but then you also have the pinpointed end on the other side to really get into your inner corners and your lash lines and around your nose and stuff. It does make it very handy. So I'm doing just kind of a dabbing motion here with my concealer. And I just feel like it's one of those foundations where once I get that concealer on there, I can be extremely pleased with my overall coverage look. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes products like this remind me that you don't necessarily need blanket out full coverage all over the skin. A light to medium coverage all over the skin plus some concealer can give a really pretty look all over, okay? Of course, I'm always thinking about, in the context of what I've been trying recently, how does this compare to the Kosas Revealer? That also claims to be a power packed, like skincare packed foundation, but I feel like this is a little more coverage than the CC cream, and while it leaves some juiciness on the skin, this probably leaves an even more hydrated feel. So look how pretty the surface of the skin is looking now with those two products. And then I've got a couple of different powders that I'm going to use. I'm going to go to my Kosas Cloud Set. This is in Breezy. This is what I'm going to use to set my under eye, okay, because I do feel like I need some setting powder there. And my T-zone. This will help me with my all-day staying power. And look, I'm keeping it to certain areas, and it's not going to overall like take away all the radiance in the skin. But it's just doing what I know I need to do to have good staying power all day. So we're just pressing it in. And then all over my skin, I've been loving my NYX No Filter finishing powder in the shade Porcelain. And this does have a little luminosity to it. So this works some magic in that it really helps maintain any kind of glow that you've got going on the skin, so you can feel set and you can feel not quite so tacky, but you can still have like that little glow to the surface of the skin. You see what I'm doing here? Really makes a difference. So I'm doing kind of pressing it in, buffing it in. This is my BK Beauty 107 brush, which I'm always using for powders and bronzers. Okay, really, really nice. I feel like my skin still has some glow. It still feels moisturized to the touch, but not quite as outwardly tacky like it did when I just had this on. That might be a fantastic feeling for people who are super duper dry, but for me, I still like to be set a little bit because, you know, I'm coming in contact with kids, and all I can think of when I'm really tacky is an easy transfer off of product, and I don't want that. So when I set it somewhat, and I said it was something that lets my skin still have some luminosity, I feel good about that. I guess I'll just go ahead and show you some more face steps. NARS is putting out a couple of blush bronzer duos with classic well-known products inside. I'll probably talk about these in another video, but it's called Summer Unrated, and this is the Orgasm X and Casino one, and I'm loving that one, a little deeper bronzer. But then they also have the lighter Laguna and just the regular Orgasm blush there. So either one is good, but I've kind of been having fun with this deeper combo. So here we are first putting on some bronzer. Both bronzers are really good, by the way. I just kind of enjoy the option to have deeper shades, you know? If it's deeper in the pan and it's not a really obnoxious texture, you have a range there. You can wear it really lightly, or you do have the option to build it up to a darker or more intense color. So that's kind of my appeal when I gravitate toward those deeper colors sometimes. If it's a nice texture, which this is, I don't have to be too concerned about overdoing it, but I can build it. And then this blush is so pretty. It does have a shimmer finish, and I just love the intensity it gives. Just buff that in with my e.l.f. blush brush. But see, I think it's important to see all the contributing steps. This video is all about this CC Nude Glow, but I think it really helps to see how the concealer played a role, how the powders played a role, you know, what the skin is looking like once that bronzer and blush got on there. I think you need to see it all because it's all relevant to the look, finished look that you're seeing. Man, is this a fresh, like, summery blush, that coral. Now I'm just going to add a little highlighter. I'm using my Lumi Glow Nude Quad from L'Oreal, going to this second shade right here, picking it up with my Real Technique setting brush, and then just hitting this top of the cheekbone area, buffing in. We've already got pretty glowing skin, so we don't need to go to the extreme here. Just add a little. All right, there we are, glowing. And I'm just gonna set my face with a little Fix Plus. So there we go, friends, the full complexion look using the CC Plus Nude Glow from IT Cosmetics as the base. I feel like I can be completely satisfied with the coverage. The surface of the skin looks really natural. You can get up close and you can see, like, okay, I do still see freckles. I do still see, you know, this or that. But overall, there's an evenness and there's a luminosity. There's a healthy glow. I get what they're saying with that. I think it delivers on it. My one concern might be for those who do tend to be more oily. This is a lot of moisture. This is on the very moisturizing end of any products that I have like this, okay? I come away with a very dewy feel once it's blended in, and keep in mind, I used a fairly minimal amount. I barely went over one pump. I mean, ultimately it probably equaled out to one pump because it kind of sputtered out a bit. But the addition of a concealer, this isn't even my most full coverage concealer, but it's something that I feel like kind of works alongside this texture very well. It's also hydrating. That really helped improve the coverage in key areas, and then setting it for me as a normal skin type person, I feel like I can benefit from that. So we're setting the T-zone. You wouldn't have to use two different powders like I did, but I do feel like the Kosas Cloud set gives me a little bit more of that matte, flawless set in the T-zone and under eye, and then I can just whoosh that NYX all over the rest of the face, and I'm not losing a lot of glow through that. Then just bronzer, blush, highlight, setting mist, and I come away with a really healthy looking glow. And this lasted me so well, this kind of combo, the last couple days that I wore this. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I'll come back, show you how it all comes together, and give some final thoughts. Okay, my friends, so this is my finished look. I've done brows, eyes, and lips since you last saw me. So on the eyes, whoops, something else from that new NARS collection, the Summer Unrated. This is the eyeshadow palette. So I'm playing with this. I'm not quite ready to comment on it yet. I'm liking it so far. I feel like there's some pretty good balance in here, and I've liked the textures I've played with so far. This is what's on the eyes. And then I use kind of a plummy liner across my upper lash line and smudged below. This is Plum from Persona. And my Milani Anti-Gravity highly rated mascara. It's really good. It holds the curl really nicely, thickens them up well. That's another mascara on the good list. And then my lip color is the Persona E Balm. So it's like a tinted lip balm. Really, really moisturizing. It's in the shade Gratitude. Kind of a brownish, dusty neutral. But overall thoughts on this product, I feel like the skin has looked awesome every time I've put it on, I gotta say. The overall finish seems really dewy. But if you're my skin type that could occasionally get a little bit oily, but is overall pretty normal, I think setting it really helps. I still feel nice and glowy. You know, I've restored any glow that might have been taken away with some highlight. Got my blush and bronzer on, and I feel like the skin just looks phenomenal. Do I like it better than the original CC cream? I still feel like the original CC is very special because, you know, it does give you that moisture, gives you even more coverage. It also has a great SPF. I wouldn't abandon that stuff. But gosh, if I saw, I don't know, two finished faces with just the face routine done, one with the CC cream and one with this, I would probably be even more enamored by the overall look of this one, just because it does give your skin that radiance, that look of health. It's not quite as glowy as the Illumination. I think it has a little bit more natural look than that. And just the act of pairing this with a concealer I like can really make me satisfied with the coverage that I've got on my skin. Again, I don't feel like this breaks down or looks heavy on my skin as the day goes on. If you over apply this, if you're doing multiple pumps of this on your skin, and then late in the day you're like, it's like clustering into certain areas and it's looking patchy and whatever, you probably put on too much, okay? So I don't think it takes much more than a single pump on this. Even though it is a thinner consistency and you might think, well, I'll do more since it's lighter coverage, you really don't need to. And I don't think it'll help you in the staying power department at all to do that. Just trying to think of any other ones that you've seen me use recently. The Clinique Moisture Surge Sheer Tint. It's a little more coverage than that, although kind of a similar moisture level. It's giving a little more moisture and coverage than the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. That's a product I absolutely love. This just makes you come away looking a little more juicy, all right? So I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments section if you've had a chance to try this yet, but so far for me, it's really been working well. I've been pleased with it. I can be very satisfied with this coverage level once I pair in some other face steps. Let me know if you've got any questions, if there's anything I didn't cover. But yeah, thank you so much for taking time to watch. I hope this was informative, and I'll see you again very soon. I love you guys. Bye.